Hello everyone, Moonlit Lioness, and welcome to my channel. Um, I'm sorry to report there had been an earthquake in Venezuela yesterday and it killed 124 people so far, they say. So I wanted to go into the astrocartography and the astrology of this a little bit and then do a read on it. And not just about Venezuela, but where this energy is coming from and who else it might affect. And I'm not saying earthquakes, but I'm just saying let's look at the astrology. I'm going to share my screen. So here you can see there was a magnitude 7.5 earthquake in Venezuela, and it affected the area around it as well. The highest magnitude was right here, and it actually started with smaller quakes. It's showing here prior to. So it's showing like back to June 19th, they were experiencing some smaller quakes. So if we go and we look at Venezuela's chart, birth chart, here's Venezuela's birth chart. Right here, you see Uranus and Mars together. And when Uranus and Mars get together in a chart and in astrology, it can create things like earthquakes or just shocking, bold type of things happening. And here we see it's in its 12th house. If the chart is accurate, it's like a B grade chart in astro.com. So, but it shows here that it's in the 12th house, which can be unknown enemies, and constant turbulence. It can be a lot of turbulence coming from hidden enemies, that kind of thing. Over here, on the outside of this wheel, you see the transits, what's happening right now in the sky. And we see Uranus and Mars together. And Mars, just a few days ago, was exactly opposite the natal. And when that happens, it triggers it triggers the activity of some sort, right? So this Mars Uranus conjunction, Mars is applying towards Uranus right now, and the conjunction is happening or is going to happen at 3 degrees Gemini on July 3rd for everyone all around the world. And that will hit different spots in astrocartography, that will hit different spots in the world, which I'm going to show you. So let me go and show you the map now of, let's see, Venezuela. Okay, so this is the natal map of Venezuela. And you can see it has a Mars ascendant line. This is Mars, a Mars ascendant line going right through here. The ascendant is the cusp of your first house. So it's like the body, your physical body, and what you look like, who you are. So it very much is the land in this map when you're looking at a country like this. And you can see it's going right through Caracas practically. So, it's already set up. This is a natal chart. So it's already kind of set up to be triggered in some way. And when planets come through, and like in an opposition, like we saw on the natal chart or on the transits, it's going to trigger something. And I believe, that is a big part of what's going on. Now, some may believe this was orchestrated, that, some beings, humans or otherwise, created this earthquake, maybe as a distraction of some sort, maybe to throw something off. I don't know. And that's still possible with the astrology, because astrology also, it has a psychological impact on the human psyche. So, it could be pushing people to do certain things. I'm not saying that people can't make up their own minds. I'm just saying that there is an influence there. So, it's not saying that it's just an earthquake and it's Mother Nature and that's that. It can come from other ways as well, these quakes, but it manifested as a quake. If you look at the current energies here, and And that is not, that's the same one. So let me see. I did this. I think this is it. If you look at the current energies, this isn't exactly current. It's July 3rd. So if you look at that, the Mars-Uranus conjunction, this is set up for July 3rd because I'm going to show you something on this map of the other lines. But you can see that it's not far away from Caracas right here. It's within influence of it. So anyway, and just to show you another country, Colombia, it got mildly hit, but I want to show you their natal chart. And if you look at Colombia's natal chart, you can see that there is no Mars line. This is Colombia. Here's its natal chart. There's no Mars line here. Actually, it has the sun here, which is more of a protective force. So in Colombia's natal chart, it has the sun kind of protecting it to some degree from this energy that's going through. So you can see how a natal chart kind of sets up the stage for something, and then the transits can trigger depending on what's in the natal chart. Now, I can't read a natal chart for the whole entire world. I mean, that's not possible, but I can look at the energies and I could say something could happen where these energies are. So let me show you the current energies that I just had up. And you can see here, I'm going to take this off. You can see that this is a Mars-Uranus conjunction energy for July 3rd, and it's going through this part of South America right here. So Brazil may be in the news, and it's an MC line. In astrocartography, the planetary energies get divided up into the 4 angles. So if you don't know what the angles are, it's the top, bottom, ascendant, and descendant, you know, the first house, 7th house cusp of the chart. And it has to do with, you know, the MC line has to do with the top of the chart, the career, the most exposed part. So it's possible. It depends on what the natal chart is of the countries that are within this influence, but it's possible that there could be some reveals, some exposures happening around July 3rd for these countries right here because of the Mars-Uranus being right here. Also, like I said, there are other lines. So if you look right here is a Mars-Uranus line, but it's the ascendant. So it's the cusp of the first house. It's about, again, like the land, the physical, the identity, the land itself of something. And if you'll notice right here, and I'm going to zoom in, it goes right over Hawaii. Okay, so Mars-Uranus conjunctions is going like right over Hawaii. And the moon is here too, the MC. So to me, that is something to read about. I want to do a tarot read on that. And I also would like to look at Hawaii's chart, but I don't want this to be too long. Let's see, Hawaii. Anyway, I don't want this to go on too long. So what am I showing you right now? I wanted to look at something. Okay, so what I'd like to do now, so this doesn't get too long, is just go back to the transits. Here, let me find the transits. I think actually this is the transits. Make sure I'm showing that. And I'm going to zoom back out and just show you where else these lines go. So we've got this Mars-Uranus happening through mostly the Pacific Ocean. Now there could be an earthquake happening in the Pacific Ocean that can impact maybe the West Coast, possibly. I don't know. I'm not calling for it to happen. I'm just saying what the possibilities are from what I'm seeing on the map here. So you have that, you have the Mars-Uranus conjunction right here on the MC, which is like revealing, disclosing secrets kind of thing. And then over here, let's see here. We've got Mars-Uranus conjunction right here going through Africa, South Africa, the eastern side of Africa up into, and actually in Iran, in Iraq. It goes right through Iraq and Iran right here. And being a DS line, that's more about partnerships, or it can be open enemies, but it's definitely about others and how they impact you. So there might be something in the news around this time. There might be a skirmish going on here between these countries and their open enemies. So we'll see how that plays out. And this line goes on up into Kazakhstan, Russia. Like I said, without looking, and I'm not going to spend all my time looking at every natal chart. You don't want me to do that either, I'm sure. So just showing you where these lines are going and how that can create a potential for something coming out in the news. I mean, the earthquake is a good example of that. Okay, so now let's see, I want to do a read. So let me go and get this set up. I should have had it set up already, but I'm still learning how to get this all going. All right, so I want to set up and do my, and I think I'm good. Yeah, all right. So I'm going to use my Light Seers deck, the Light Seers Tarot, and I'm going to ask about Hawaii because it's right there in that same, it's in the energy where, something could happen with the Mars-Uranus being right over it. And like I said, without looking at its natal chart, and I should have, but I didn't. So I'm going to do tarot instead and see if anything is going to happen with Hawaii. Anything going to happen to Hawaii from this Mars-Uranus conjunction coming July 3rd? All right. Oh, we've got the tower. So that's Mars right there. And then we've got the chariot. And that is, yeah, that is speed. And then we got the 7 of Wands. I've got my little window down here covering up what I can see. So I've got the 7 of Wands. So it's kind of like there's some energy affecting it right now. And it's like trying to, it reminds me of the tension, and that when they say the plates rub up against each other and they build up this tension before they slip, and then that's what creates the earthquake. That's what they tell us. So that's what I'm thinking here with the 7 of Wands. You've got it's fighting off something, Hawaii. And then we got the Queen of Cups. That's water. So surrounded by water. I'm going to zoom this out just a little bit so that it can be more easily seen. You can see get my candle here. Okay, we have the 8 of Cups, 3 of Cups, a lot of cups, right? A lot of water. 5 of Wands. Okay. So with 2 major arcana right off the bat and this Tower card, I would say yes, something is probably going to happen around Hawaii. It's water related. If it's another earthquake, it could create some major waves. I don't know if Hawaii deals with tidal waves, but it's water, swift water. And let's see, in the future, we've got 8 of Cups surrounded by the 3 of Cups and the 5 of Wands. So this again, we've got 2 cups here, and this is a card where someone is walking away from what exists at the moment to find something better. And people are joining together to deal with a conflict. Okay, so here you got something happening fast that causes conflict. It's a problem. Let me draw 2 more cards, get more clarification. 9 of Cups, more cups. Oh my goodness, lots of cups. So, I just want to say, based on there's a lot of water here, a lot of water. So, this is a celebration card, 9 of Cups. It's like a wish come true. And this is the 2 of Cups, a partnership card. So I don't think there's anything devastating that's going to happen. I mean, there is something that's going to happen, that's for sure. Now, when things happen, this Mars-Uranus conjunction is happening in Gemini. That is a cardinal air sign. No, sorry. It's a mutable air sign. So it's information, it's air, air can be somewhat energetic in nature. And it's not a water sign, thank God. So I don't think if they do experience an earthquake, they're going to have some, something happen with the water. Maybe they'll have a storm, maybe it's an earthquake, but some kind of energy coming in. This is a Cancer card too, that is water as well. So, but I don't think it's going to be devastating for them. I think it's going to be something that, I don't know, reveals a partnership, brings in a partnership, because this person is celebrating, and they're celebrating, and they've got this relationship, this 2 of Cups relationship, a partnership and agreement happening. So maybe, it could be something that has to do with their relationship with the United States. The United States is a Cancer sun, I believe. Yeah. So it could go so many different directions, but I'm just saying there's something with the Mars-Uranus line right over Hawaii that it seems like it's going to highlight that to some extent. And it may be like prime news, it may be like secondary news, but there's something about Hawaii. And it could be that they become independent again, which would be weird because everybody thinks we're all going to be part of the United States somehow. I forgot I'm on camera. I'm so used to like reading this stuff without anybody looking at me. I'm not even here. I'm here. Okay. Anyway, so that's what I get. Yes, something's going to happen regarding Hawaii around July 3rd. And maybe it's going to be water related. Maybe though, it's going to be about its relationship with the United States or with someone else. I don't know. But yeah, but it doesn't look like it's all bad. It looks like, after this event that, they walk away from something and they celebrate something. There's something to celebrate here. So, sending good energy and blessings to Hawaii. I hope everything works out well for them. And as far as the other parts of the country, I hope for that as well. So All right. So everybody have a nice day for Friends Friday and have a good weekend. And I'll see you again for Stargazing Sunday.